everybody. I'm Deann. This is my friend Tanya Stingley from Tea Time with Tanya, and Linda G. She was supposed to be here with us today, but I think she's still feeling. She just texted me that she's really sick to her stomach, and I got a feeling she had COVID. I got a feeling she's just not quite over it yet and is still having some problems. So she said that she's sorry she couldn't be here, but she's going to come and do another one with us. So I hope you guys will stay, though, and hang out with us because I think we have an interesting show for you today. And, I think I seen Miss Tarot D. Hey, Miss Tarot D, how are you? Thank you for being here. You're so sweet. Thank you for coming. Hey, Linda Bishop and Louise and everybody. I appreciate Joyous. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we had planned to talk because Linda, being a Native American heritage, she's Comanche, but we decided that we would do something that was about Native American paranormal or supernatural. So we are going to talk today about the skinwalkers. And I hope you can hear me okay. I better put my mic up close. Hey, Grandma Kay. But we're going to talk about the skinwalkers, and it's a Navajo native folklore. They believe it, that it's real, and a lot of people do believe it. So when I do put these videos on, I want to let you know that sometimes there are certain ones that you may have trouble hearing. So you may have to turn your volume up, or if you have earphones, you'll be able to hear them better. If there's anything you couldn't hear good, I've got all of the videos down in the description box. So you can always look at them later or look up if you want to see them more close up or you want to rewatch them or you want to watch that channel of that person, you can do that. So they're down in the description box if you want to click that. Hey, Linda. Hey, Gina. Hey, Cheryl. So whoever didn't hear, Linda is not feeling well today. So everybody, let's say a prayer for Linda that she gets to feeling better. Do you want to do a prayer? You're so good at it.
Okay, let's do it at the end of the show.
Okay, at the end of the show, guys, we're going to do a prayer for Linda. And hi, Fleck. And also, I wanted to tell you on the 15th, isn't it? We're going to be doing a show celebrating. I said every 1,000 I was going to subscribers, I was going to celebrate with you guys. And so we're going to do a show where we're going to do mini readings for all you guys. Me and Tanya, we may have a couple other readers, surprise readers. But we want you to come hang out with us. What time we want to do that? 7 p.m. I think we're doing that Central. So on the 15th, put that on your calendar, and we're going to do free mini raids. I'm going to have free giveaways from Manifest. I'm going to have maybe readings, the free readings. And today I got my little Otter box spirit things that bracelets that they kind of sponsor me. So I thought maybe at the end of the show, I haven't opened them. I thought I'll open them with you guys and see what I got. So it's kind of like a present, a surprise for me too. So, all right, Tony. Hey, Tony. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and I will see which one I want to put up. I'm going to put up one of the videos to start us off. All right. Let's see. Okay. Not sure what this one is. Okay, let's just try the first one. That's Debunk the Myths, Folklore. Okay, let's see what this one is. Oh, did I hit present? Okay.
How to survive a skinwalker encounter. In Navajo culture, a skinwalker, in English, or Yi Naald Lushi in Navajo, is a malevolent witch capable of shapeshifting, possessing, or disguising itself as an animal. This term is exclusively used for malevolent witches and is never applied to those who heal. Many stories from the Navajo people in various regions recount that they and their families are often watched and pursued by one or more skinwalkers. The reasons for their surveillance and pursuit of humans are difficult to understand, perhaps to instill fear or seek human victims as part of witchcraft rituals. They are often believed not to cause physical harm, but can weaken you spiritually. However, do not provoke them. Avoid wandering alone in the forests of Navajo territories at night. If you must go, do not go alone. When you feel followed by a skinwalker at night, do not whistle, and absolutely do not run. Running will trigger their predatory instincts, and they will attack you. Walk at a steady pace, maintain distance, and listen to their silence. If you have fire, light it and pray. Seek out a native Navajo shaman. They know all about them and how to ward them off.
Okay, and then I've got a few, like 3 different Native Americans talking about it. And so let me see what they have to say. Okay. Do I want to do that one? Okay. I want to go down here to the bottom. Let's see. Debunk some myths of skinwalkers. How a man and his brother encounter with the skinwalker. I'm just looking to see which one I want to do, you guys. Oh, here we go.
And how they are able to operate among us as the five-fingered being. The evil one is the actual person or being that is in charge of all of the other evil beings, and those are the demons. And the evil one actually has his origin as known as the Black Yei or Yeishin, and his primary goal is to be an obstacle, to be an opposition or the adversary to the things that are good, that are made good by the holy people and given to us. And he does everything in his power to make sure that he has some way perverted their effort. And the demons are the ones that help him. And they are not physical in any way beings, but they do have influence over so many of the things that are around us in a physical setting. And they can do things that are of the supernatural nature and actually have an effect on us as the five-fingered being. And the demons actually have about 4 different names that we apply to them as the way that they have power. And the witchcraft is one of them. And Atakash is another one. Ante is another one. There's a 4th one that I don't like to give a name to. And that is more of a physical type of an attack on the human body. If you are weak in a spiritual way or an emotional way or in a mental way, when those are combined, they can attack you. And it is that what they can inflict upon you is actually physical illnesses, and that can deteriorate your body to where it's almost nothing. And so those are the type of powers that they actually have. But in modern times, and that the influence and that the evil ones have, they take any type of form. They come in all sizes and shapes, either as physical five-fingered beings or even material type of things to distract us. And that is the main thing, is the adversary is always making the effort to distract us from the things that are right and good. And so it is that we have, in our own traditional teaching, what we have is the skinwalker. Skinwalkers are actual beings or people, the five-fingered being that have great knowledge of the dark side. And they are able to do the flat line and to actually be between here and the next world and in spirit form and able to do things to get around and do the evil that they can do. And that is very evil in so many ways. And so those are the ones that we call Yenam Doshi. And I don't like to talk about it, and the Neth don't like to talk about it. It is that they have control over so many things in the world today. The demonic influence on that is available, or we have, and it is always for distraction. And one of the main things that they attack in our present world and among our Deann is the family. The families are also always under some type of influence by the evil one and demonic forces. And so we have their efforts to make our families not stable, not united. and it is that they have that influence, and so it destroys the family.
Okay. So now I've got one more and then we'll talk. I just want to show you the one more that I thought was good. Let's see. Pure evil. Where is it? Debunk. Oh, here it is.
So the next question that was asked a lot, or not really a question, but more of a statement, was skinwalkers do not only belong in Navajo Nation, they are all over the world, kind of thing. And no, they are not. And kind of what I mean by that is a lot of people were saying that they have their beings that come from different areas and all that stuff. But yes, you do have shapeshifters in other different religions, cultures, and tribes across the world. But skinwalkers are a thing that's originated in the Navajo Nation. So when going back into the name and everything, Yanagloshi, or jump in the skins, originated from the Navajo Nation and was later adopted or translated in English to be able to say skinwalker, to kind of, get an easier translation for the English speakers that are out there. Now, I do know, like, there's a lot of people in the comments that saying there's a type of skinwalker or a witch that's in Mexico. I can't say that. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Noales is what it was called or something. I butchered it. I'm so sorry. I've never heard it in person, but, I've heard a lot of people in the comments talk about those witches down there, and I'm not surprised. And there's a lot of shapeshifters throughout every single culture and every single tribe. But when it comes to naming them, skinwalker is a very specific type of shapeshifter. So it's pretty much kind of being more specific about the beings that you have. You could say, oh, there's ghosts everywhere. Yeah, that's true. But then you can talk about a soul eater, which is a very specific type, or you talk about a phantom, or you talk about a shadow being. That's where, I'm trying to be able to show you guys that there's more, a little more in depth when it comes to the paranormal and naming these such things, because each different tribe has their different shapeshifters and they all have their names for it. So just go out there, try to talk with them, and try to learn as much as you can from them. Be a little bit more specific with those things.
Okay, so we'll pause there. I'm going to get rid of this one that we just watched. So anyway, from what I understand, they are a shapeshifter is like it's like a medicine man who learned the dark magic, and they decided that they have to kill somebody. They have to be invited by another shapeshifter, and they have to kill somebody very close to them, and they have to, usually it's a sibling, and they will wear the hides or the of the animal that they become, and a lot of Navajo people do not like to talk about them. So what do you think, Tanya?
I completely believe in them. That's the number one thing. I believe in the shapeshifters. I believe in all of this. I'm from Arizona. A lot of my family are Navajo. So we yeah, my well, I don't want to say their names on air, but yeah. There's a lot of Stinglies that are married to Navajo people. So, and there's a lot of Stinglies that are Navajo. So, yeah, this is a real thing, and it is cultural. And like when I'm talking about, the different type of aliens, and I'm telling people that you can't heap one alien into a group. You can't call everybody a reptile, because that's not what they are. This is the same thing. But with the shapeshifters and the skinwalkers, I mean, they're around us all the time. There's so many videos out right now, like on TikTok, where you see a cat walking across the yard and it grows into a whole man and keeps walking. Where we are now in this time, the veil is so thin. Everything is so tangible. There's no separation between worlds almost. I mean, that's why we're having all of these sightings of all these Bigfoots all over the place right now, because either there's a fresh shipment that just came in, or the veil is so thin that everybody is seeing them. So I think it's a lot with the times that we are in, and what's going on, why so many are being seen right now. But the stories are true. When you're out there at night, don't do some things, especially depending on where you are. You got to protect yourself from the spiritual realm. And there are evil, dark beings that walk around just outside of our consciousness.
Yeah, I know. I've watched, there's a place called Skinwalker Ranch that I've heard of, and I don't know where that is. And I don't know if that's in Arizona. They say now a lot of them have, they marry or get with other people and in different areas. And so they are in different areas. But I've watched videos where people will hear them way out in the woods and they cry like a baby. They'll cry like a baby, or they'll be going, help me, help me, help me. And they are trying to get you to come out to them, and so I've seen many videos, and I've seen videos where people have caught them on their camera, but Skinwalker Ranch is really famous for not only skinwalkers, but all kinds of beings, aliens of all kinds. One couple guys said they went there, and they were just going to take a picture in front of Skinwalker Ranch, and these guys in black got out of their car and told them they needed to leave. And this blue light came down in front of them and in front of the other guys. And they said it was like the world stopped. All the sound stopped. It was just right there. And then it went away. The guys in black were like, did you see that? Did you see that? And they were acting all excited. The other ones were like, just tell me what I got to sign to say. I won't talk about it. I won't tell anybody, because they were a little scared that these men in black are thinking they saw something they shouldn't have saw. And, who knows? Oh, what does Lisa say? Lisa says, I stopped driving at night for the most part because I would always see people or figures walking in the streets, distracting my driving. Oh, there's a good story in here about a guy who I got for you guys that was driving and ran into one of these. There's an alien nation underground. There is an alien nation underground on Skinwalker.
Oh. Well, here, look at this one let me see if I can't do that one. Let me go over here and find Clarence right here. Nope. Nope, not that one. That's the wrong one. He asked is Area 51 is like that? Is it haunted with aliens? And I want to answer that question. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm in Las Vegas. I'm in Henderson. I can see the mountain where the base is. And yes, there is an alien base right here in Las Vegas, protected. It's protected by the military. These are the tall whites that are infiltrated our government. I'm telling y'all, they lie to us about everything. Everything that is being shown. Believe what you know to be true. Believe what you have seen, because they have been lying to us about everything. And right now, y'all, just the way that the world is turning, where we are in the history of us, everything is being revealed to us right now. Everything is being shown. That's why there's so many weird creatures being found in the oceans. We've got species of fish that have never been seen before by a human ever.
Yeah.
So we are in changing time. Don't be scared. But y'all keep your eyes open and write stuff down, because what we write is going to become the history books of the future. So while they're burning all these books of the past, all of the people who out there who can, y'all write down all this crazy stuff that's going on, so that the people know.
Yeah, because we're living through some weird times. I swear, I feel like we're in the twilight zone between, living through a pandemic, having, the political stuff we've lived through, and then there is a guy named, this has nothing to do with skinwalkers, but sometimes we jump around, but is Bashir. And you know who I'm talking about. He's this bald guy who has this alien that he says speaks through him. And at first I thought, he's full of it, but I started watching him, and he knows a lot. But he said that we're going to start seeing them soon. We're showing us a lot of this stuff because they're preparing us, because they're talking about the alien people coming down. I don't know if that's true, entertainment purposes only, but I like you guys to get involved. Tell me what you think. What you think. Have you guys seen a skinwalker? They have all kinds of things in the woods. There's stickmen they talk about. All the Native Americans have all different kinds of creatures in the woods that they talk about. But skinwalkers is one they don't like to talk about. They said if you don't look it in the eyes, because it can possess you. Especially like that one Native American man said, if you're weak, or if your energy is low,
emotionally messed up. Yeah.
Yes. And Doerr said Skinwalker Ranch is in Utah. Yeah, so Utah has a lot of sightings of things like that too. So let me see.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course.
One of the things that we need to look at, when we see people out on the streets acting just erratic, crazy, understand they may be under the influence of something else. You might think, oh, that's a crackhead talking to himself or fighting the air. And you could literally be looking at a person who has been infiltrated by something else. Y'all, possession is real. Possession is real. So I know they make all the movies about it, and we see it every day. So, and I think that's where we need to adjust our consciousness as what we're seeing when we're labeling people crazy or labeling them crackheads or whatever, because there's a lot of people who are under serious spiritual attack, and we just walk by and just call them a crackhead and go on,
Yeah. Well, how many people that are labeled schizophrenic could be that what they're seeing, we don't see it, so we label them as crazy. But how do we know that they really aren't seeing something? When my mother was dying, she was looking into the corner of the room, and she didn't talk for 3 days, just stared. And then it was upsetting because, I'm like, I love you, Mom. But she was just staring in that spot. And then after the 3rd day, she smiled, this biggest smile, and she goes, what other surprises do you have for me? And I'm like, what, Mom? She said, your dad. And I go, you see Dad? And she said, yes. And then she was seeing angels, and the nurses said, don't tell her she don't see them, because she has 1 foot in this world, 1 foot in the next, and she's seeing things that you cannot. And those 3 days, I believe she was being taken through the spirit world and being shown things. And that's why she smiled so big when she came back, saying, what other surprises do you have for me? So, yeah, I believe that there are so many things that we don't have a logical explanation for that are real. Sherry said her family is Blackfoot and Creek. My dad's side, Scandinavian, but we also have Blackfoot Indian. You never know by looking at me, but my aunt and my dad, you could, So there's I have Blackfoot in me. I had to look it up to see what it was. And it says, whenever I think of skinwalkers, I think of the Navajo first, Nadi. I'll have to look into that. And you guys too, if you guys have any kind of ideas of things, we can talk about. So let me do my pendulum here. Are the skinwalkers, are they real? Are the Navajo, do they exist? Do they really exist? Okay, look at that. That's a yes on mine. That's a big yes. Stop. Are there skinwalkers in Utah too? It's a maybe. Oh, no, it's going into a yes. It was a maybe going into a yes. I think there's more things in Utah besides the skinwalkers that people may think are skinwalkers, but they have all kinds of things going on at that Utah ranch. I've heard so many stories. Let me see if I can find you another good story here. Okay, let's see. I want to go down to the bottom. Okay, let's see here. Here's a guy who got
This is
grit
when
on.
my brother showed me the regalia. He showed me the buck-hide skin rolled out, and he flipped it over, and on the inside of the skin were markings. There was blood markings, ash markings, and burn marks inside of there that represented a lot of the skinwalker signage, language, and symbols that they used to be able to shapeshift into evil things. And also attached to those things were two pairs of antlers. And on these antlers was very interesting because they had blood, those 4 blood drops on there. And each of those blood drops on the antlers represents somebody that you killed. So this person, in their time of being a skinwalker, had killed 4 people. And I remember just being near that regalia, I had to vomit. I had to throw up because it was just so, had a weird smell to it, and just the energy off of it was very disorienting. So my brother said, okay, we need to start a fire. What we need to do is we are going to burn these items and these things, and the ceremony that we're going to be doing is calling upon the spirit of the buck that was killed. And unfortunately, when you kill something for evil like that, buck has its sacred stories, has its protections as well for doing holy things. But when the buck was killed for these evil acts, it's not happy. Its soul is not happy. So when you were able to put the stuff in the fire, you do the ceremony, you do the songs, you're able to summon the spirit of the buck and send it back to whoever killed it, do whatever it needs to do. So my brother, he told me, be ready, because those things that are out there are going to want to stop what we're doing. They don't want that spirit to run free. They don't want that spirit to go back at.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me get started again. I'm going to go back, see if it'll. Okay, guys, I'll get. Yeah, it kind of froze up. I'll give that a second and go back and do another one for the meantime. Sorry, guys. I don't know why that froze up on me. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if I did this one on you. Yeah. Did I do it? Show you?
Skinwalkers are Native American magic users who have committed themselves to the ways of evil and chaos. They represent the antithesis of Navajo cultural values. While community healers were known as medicine men and women, or other positive terms in the indigenous language, witches were seen as evil. They conducted harmful ceremonies and manipulative magic as a corruption of the good work that medicine people traditionally performed. They had the knowledge and ability to do good, but deliberately chose the opposite, engaging in taboo behaviors like murder, cannibalism, incest, and the desecration of anything that Navajo society.
Ah, come on, guys, don't do this to me.
Oh no.
Let me try and see if I start it again. Okay, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to stop it and try to start it again. Sorry, guys, something's going on with the internet. This is not okay.
It's a weird day, y'all. It's a crazy
It
day.
It is a weird day. Let's try it again. Oh, here's another one. Let's see if this.
Oh.
There are many myths that we know next to nothing about. Horrid and evil, and even talking about them is considered by many to be a bad omen. One of these myths is that of the Navajo Skinwalker. The Navajo saw skinwalkers as powerful witches or corrupt medicine men who'd obtained the highest level of priesthood, but had instead chosen to use these gifts to bring harm and suffering to others. They have a good taste in merch, though. They can change into whatever they desire, most commonly a coyote, but they can be anything from an owl to a wolf. They wear the skin of the animal they turn into, hence the name, which was seen as a taboo for the tribes, as they only wore sheepskin and buckskin for ceremonial purposes. There is the belief that to become a skinwalker you must first take the life of someone close to you, a friend or a family member, which is why it is linked to the dark. They can mimic the sound or voice of any animal or human, which is useful for hunting. They also have enhanced strength and speed. Some can even read your mind, and if you were to stare into the eyes of a skinwalker for long enough, they can enter your mind and take over your body. Some believe the way to beat a skinwalker is to say their name out loud, as they have to atone for their sins and sometimes even die because of it. They may be seen as evil, but they are still human.
Okay. That was a scary looking one. I don't think that was a stalker, but yeah, it says that if you stare in their eyes, that's the one thing they were saying. If you stare in their eyes, that they can possess you, get into your mind and possess you. And then there's that thing about whistling. Never whistle at night. I've heard that too, not just for skinwalkers, but for other things. But it says there's been some. Elaine says there's been some massive sun flares include another cannibal. These are creating problems with the internet. Is that what it is, Elaine? Are both her and my computer have been acting weird, and they don't normally. So thank you for telling me, because that usually I'll try them again. It says I have a beautiful, huge portrait of a Blackfoot chief running crane hanging on my front room that faces my door. My uncle gave it to my mom back in the 40s. Oh, I bet you cherish that. I have a cross that my dad gave my mom when I was a little girl, before I was even born. And I used to put that in my room so I could look at it whenever I'd have a bad dream or get scared. But I cherish that thing. And it's I know I probably should get rid of it because it's old and but yeah, it's something I always keep in my bedroom. Let's see.
Read that one.
Let's see.
Oh, no.
And
No.
you have one. Oh, okay. I was out walking my dog around 3 a.m. here in Arizona. I heard strange screeching noises. My dog and I looked at each other and ran our butts back to my apartment. When your dog knows and the dog is wanting to go, you better go. Yes.
Kind of a Scooby-Doo moment. Scooby-Doo moment. Zoinks.
Yes. Animals know. You got to trust those animals, because I know my dog, whenever I have a spirit in my house, that dog will sit there. My little Cavapoo, she's the cutest little thing, but she will sit at the end of my bed and she just stares at the door. And then sometimes she never growls and she'll be grrr, and she doesn't want to settle down. And so then I started using my camera and putting it on video, and I started seeing orbs and what she was seeing. So they know. Oh, let's see. And have any of you read about Betty Anderson from the East Coast, Connecticut, I think? She and a member of her family had an ET experience, and she was given a book. There's more. I stopped. A book she could, and then it stopped. Joe, did you type something else?
I'm looking for it.
I drove to Nevada, you guys, and I went down a road called Death Valley. You ever heard of that road?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, please, Lord, do not let my car break down on Death Valley. I know why they call it Death Valley. It is like 100 miles to get to a gas station. And there's like these little bitty, they look like when you watch those horror movies, Wrong Turn, where they have the cannibals living. I'm sorry, but they look like that. And I'm like, please don't let me. And there was 2 stations on my radio I could get. One was a church one, and the other one was talking about the bunny ranch that was down there. And it was the song was the Bologna Sandwich Man. I'm like, oh my God, Bologna Sandwich Man. And we got there. We finally got to where they had the bunny ranch and they had the ET Area 51 area. And they sell all kinds of T-shirts and stuff. But I think if there was going to be, some place for aliens that they wanted where there was a whole lot of space, that'd be the space. There's even wild horses I had to stop for that was coming across. That part was cool. But yeah, Death Valley, I can see that being, some stuff going on there. I didn't want to be there at night. I wanted out of there before night. See, Joe says, oh, yeah, she said that already. And let's see, I was
You
just
did that.
looking. My older brother who has dementia sometimes thinks he talked to our parents. I tell him, maybe you did. I'll bet he did. I'll bet he did. You know, there are kids, kids, they are so innocent and they hear things, see things, and we say, oh, it's an imaginary friend. And we don't know that. I think they do see things. My little nephew used to talk to nobody and would just lay in bed and laugh like he was being tickled. And we couldn't see anybody, but he sure did. Sherry says, and a while back there was a scratching and a knocking near the top of my window late one night. I sprayed my protection spray and said, you are not welcome here.
Hey,
3 times. You heard about that, didn't you, Tanya? The 3 times knocking. If somebody's knocking at your door 3 times in the middle of the night or on your window,
don't open it.
Don't open it. Don't go to the door. That happened to me one time. I'm like, don't get that deal. They'll be going downstairs. I'm like, no, it's 2:00 in the morning. There ain't nobody, And he looked out the window and didn't see nobody there. So, but that's the thing too about skinwalkers. I've heard that too, knocking 3 times, and so don't answer the door. Don't go to the window. My client and I care for daily. Do you care for a client that sees things all the time? We call it hallucinations, but it's real to him. Can you imagine if you were seeing something and people tell you it's not real, and you know darn well you're seeing?
What? Imagine all the people that are told that every day. We live in a society to where if you don't act like that person, that they're already going to label you and ostracize you. All the people, that's everybody with schizophrenia.
Yeah. And they have a new disease out now that I forget what they labeled it. I'll have to tell you guys later. But these people are starting to see people, their faces looking like demons. And there's more and more people having this, whether they're aliens, demons, who knows? That's what they're saying. They had pointy ears and entertainment purposes only telling you what I heard. Believe what you want. But they were saying that they would go to the doctor, and they actually made a name for this disease where people are starting to see people's faces. Not everybody, but certain people. And it makes me wonder, do they really see something that we can't see? Is the veil thinning? And so if you go and tell somebody, a doctor or anybody, they're going to label you crazy. If you say there's a ghost, I have a ghost in my house, they'll label you crazy sometimes, unless they see it. They don't believe it. Let me see if I can get one of those to come back up for us again.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to try this one again, you guys, see if it works this time. Okay. That one's just like it's loading. And then let me try. I'm going to stop it and go put a different one on. I'm sorry. We'll see what we can get here. Okay. Okay, let's see what this guy's.
Years back, I was.
Oops. What'd I do? Hold on. Going back. I must have forgot to hit the play. Share screen. Okay. See what this one is. We did that one. It's hard to tell when you did one already. It doesn't disappear, and then I gotta get better at this, you guys.
It's okay. It's a work in progress. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Okay, here it is. Come on. Internet's being weird today. I may just pull it up from my mail thing. Hold on, you guys. Be patient with me. You can talk, Tanya, while I'm getting this real quick. I'm going to try and pull it up.
All right, I'm going to put some of these starred questions on there.
Okay.
Then, here, let's do this one.
Okay, you do that. I'm going to try to see if I can pull these up again. Okay, because maybe if I pull them up again, they'll work.
All right.
Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so let's see.
So I'll talk till the
Let's
video
try
plays.
this one. Okay. And
All right.
I'm going to put it there. And see, okay, here's this one. See. Okay. So now it looks like it's working. Okay, so I'm going to put that on here now, and we'll see if it works. Here we go.
Driving on the border of Arizona, going into New Mexico. I was on I-40, Interstate 40. We were headed into this city called Lupton, Arizona. Either Lupton, Arizona, or Lupton, New Mexico. I forgot which state it was in. So on the way there, keep in mind, this was in the middle of the night, right? My pops was next to me, he was co-piloting, and then my wife was behind us, talking to us. My little brother was sleeping, my mom was sleeping in the back, okay? So it's the middle of the night, it's dark, and it's like I-40, it's a small highway, right? I think it's like two lanes this way, 2 lanes that way, or even just 2 lanes that way, right? It's really small. So I'm driving, and I notice while I'm driving, there's like something on the side of the road, but it's not an animal, it's not garbage, it looked like a human body. It looked like a crumpled up human body just laying next to the road while I was driving. So I saw this, and I told my pops, I was like, hey, do you see that? So he looked over. This thing, I swear to you, it looked at us, got straight up off the ground, and started moving all demonic, all right? Guys, the way this thing looked, like it looked like a human, but it didn't look human at the same time. This thing was fair-skinned, kind of like a Caucasian male, and it wasn't wearing clothes. It was just wearing a pair of shorts, okay? It sprung off the ground like I've never seen any human move like, and it ran towards the car while I'm driving 80 miles per hour in the middle of the night. When it was running towards the car, it started flapping its arms, kind of like this whole movement, right? You know those inflatable arm guys outside of car dealerships, like that whole thing. That's what it was doing, running straight towards the car. Keep in mind, my car had my entire family in it. Okay, so I swerved, obviously not to hit it, but at the same time, I'm trying not to, swerve off the highway, right? And luckily I didn't, because I was going really fast and there was a lot of weight in the car. So we saw it, I was freaking out, holy smokes. Get back on the highway and we move forward. And obviously, like, I was in a state of shock. My dad was in a state of shock. Like, we both got really good views of what this was. And we were trying to figure out what it was. Like, it definitely wasn't human. It wasn't no animal either, that's for sure. Come to the hotel, because obviously it was late at night. I couldn't drive anymore, especially after seeing that. We get to the hotel, and I'm looking at the Google Maps, sort of like to remember where exactly this took place. On the Google Maps, it was red. Like, it had like the red line as if like there was a lot of traffic. Guys, this is 1 a.m. in the morning. In the middle of nowhere in Arizona. Okay? There were cars behind us. So I told my wife at the time, I was like, holy smokes. This thing, probably someone hit this thing, because it ran towards my car. It probably kept running towards the cars behind me, trying to attack them, right? So that happened. And then, a few weeks go by, And I'm just obsessing. I'm like, what the was this thing that I encountered in the middle of Arizona, in the middle of the night? This non-human being, right? This non-human entity. So as I do more research, I'm like, oh, wait. Turns out the part of Arizona that I was in was literally in a Navajo reservation. In Navajo folklore, in Native American folklore, there is something called a skinwalker. All right. So in case you don't know what this is essentially a thing that used to be a human that was able to shapeshift, and it just became a demonic entity that just shapeshifts from a human-looking thing that feeds on people and shapeshifts back into animals or other beings. So then I looked at photos of sort of like illustrations of descriptions of what it looks like. And I'm post real quick the photos that I was able to find. This thing that I saw perfectly fit the description of a skinwalker, right? Because what these things do is they come out at night and they roam around the land searching for something to prey on, right? It could be animals, it could be kids, it could be humans walking by themselves middle of the night, all that stuff. These things are extremely feared in Native American cultures, and as I found out firsthand, they should be feared. This thing was ferocious, right? It was attacking a moving car at 80 miles per hour, right? So that's my story, guys. That's my encounter with a skinwalker, Native American skinwalker.
Okay, I believe him. 80 miles. That's not the first story I've heard about them chasing cars that were going that fast. And there was a policeman who lived in that area, and one followed him and jumped on his car, and he ran. So they know people that live there, people who live there, and people of that culture kind of know about those things. We sit there and think, oh, just because we haven't seen it, it doesn't exist. But I think there's a lot of things that exist that we just, we just because we haven't seen them, we think they're not real. But the government knows about a lot of these things. I've heard about wolf. What is it called? It's like not a wolf man, but it's a dog man.
The dog man.
The dog man. I've heard many, many stories about the dog man and people seeing them. There was a whole group of kids that to this day, this guy freaks out thinking about it. Him and his kid friends were hanging out together, and they somewhere they shouldn't be, some old dilapidated building, hanging out there, built a fire, and they seen this thing, and it said it had red eyes, and it was huge, and the growl just made their skin crawl. They didn't know if they could get out. They were afraid it was coming up the steps. Anyway, somehow they ended up getting one kid was so frozen in fear he wouldn't move, and they're like, "You gotta go." And they got out of there somehow by the grace of God. And they made each one of those kids stick together to tell their parents. And most of the parents didn't believe them. But the one that had a dad that was a cop said, I believe you, and you shouldn't have been in there. And there are a lot of things in there that we've heard and seen that exist. And, you're lucky you're alive. And so, but he's a grown man now. And it still chills him to his bones thinking about it to this day. He didn't tell anybody till just recently. And he found other people who have seen him. So I think skinwalkers too, they're afraid in the Navajo to say their name. Skinwalker is an American name. That's not the Native American name. And they're afraid to say that name because they don't want to draw it in. Tanya, when I first started doing this, I did a show and I was reading up on the skinwalkers. You guys can look at it if you want. It's way back when I had my little phone between the salt and pepper shaker and I was learning to use the internet and all that. I did a show reading about the skinwalkers and I read all about them and I was learning about them for the first time. And then I read my cards on them and did my pendulum. And I believe they exist, but I scared the poop out of myself. I said, if anybody knocks 3 times on that window, I swear I'm going to, jump off this bed. This whole story I had read, I almost brought it and read it to you. It was really, really scary. What Trinity said, I dreamt that all the people in America was in the street partying and smiling and having a good time. and then they released the water, and it was a blue wave, and cars were floating in the water. Wonder what that meant. Oh, I wouldn't look in the rear view mirror, Sheila said, in a car at night driving alone when I felt I wasn't alone. You know, I don't like camping. I know we're supposed to be close to the earth and all that, but like, do you see these movies where people go camping way out in the middle of nowhere in a tent? And you know, there are things out in that wood. There are bears. There are gosh knows what. I would not go camping in a tent in the middle of nowhere. There was a show where there's a place in China, I think, or Japan. You guys probably know about it, where people commit suicide there. And many, many people have committed suicide there. And it was a show about these people going out into the woods there because they were curious. Do you remember the Blair Witch Project?
Yeah.
Do you remember how we all thought that was real? That girl she was so scared in that thing. She had snot running down her nose. She was like, I thought that I remember in high school, we were all talking about that. But I did think you guys are crazy to go out in woods where you know there's this legend, you know. You getting rid of it?
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's messing with me over here.
I know, it's spooky. Said, I'm from Trinidad, and there's many things we grew up with. One comes at night, an old lady, and sucks blood from you. And you get up, blue and black marks all over your body, called what is it? Sequoiant? Is it real? Okay, let's see. Okay, I might be mispronouncing it, but Spirit will know. Okay, and this is in where, Trinidad? Okay. Is the sequoiant real? Is the sequoiant real? Okay, my pendulum's saying yes. What are you getting? And it may be.
I gotta know. So.
You gotta know? Well, let me see. I haven't done my cards. Let's see. I'll do cards real quick. See what I get.
I got 3 no's.
I think what it is it's something that is something else. Because I got a maybe that went into a yes. So I think it is something that there is possibly, but maybe that's not the name of it. Maybe there's something, maybe they call it that. Who knows? Is there a sequoiant real? Is sequoiant real? See, and I got a yes again. So yeah. So let me pull. I'm gonna go and pull 4 just to get an average here. That's what I do. Yes.
You keep getting yeses.
And a maybe.
I got 3 no's.
So we don't know, you know.
We don't know. That one's an up in the air. Could be, could be not. Who's to say? That's a line from a movie.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. This sounded familiar. Linda Bishop said, I watched the first Jeepers Creepers the other day. Scary. I saw the second one several years ago. There's a third one. I've watched them all 3, Linda. I know it's bad, but that Jeepers Creepers, man, you guys, you want to be scared? If you ain't watching Jeepers Creepers, that is scary. And the second one was scary. The third one was like, yeah. But the first one was scary and the second one was scary. So if you guys, it's Halloween time. It's October. It's spooky time. So if you guys like spooky movies and you want to see a scary one, Jeepers Creepers. And that reminds me of a Skinwalker, that thing or something like that was coming after them. It came out ever so many years, you know, and and then I won't tell you. I ain't going to tell you that in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, there's some things I'm yelling at my screen going, are you stupid? What are you doing? What are you doing? Because, I mean, I see something like, I'm gone. These people are like, let's investigate. You know, I always love that. They'll be having a horror movie and you hear something in the basement. They found their friend dead. You hear a noise in the basement and somebody's like, let's go in the basement and see what it is. It's like, are you nuts? Or you go in a haunted house and it says, get out. And it's like, I'm gone. Says, oh, Tanya, what did you see? During COVID, it was bad. I had my big dog with me. Yeah, if I was alone, I'd want a dog with me. Yeah, this planet Earth has plenty of imprints from other life forms, so get prepared. How do you feel about that, Tanya? Do you feel they said 2027 that we were going to actually have contact. I know they're here now, but they don't let us know about it, the majority of us. But
Well,
actually,
I see it's different for me because I've already had contact. I've already seen them. So, and I live in Las Vegas. Doggone it. If y'all want to see some aliens, just come to Vegas and walk down the strip. You'll see them. And they're real aliens. Y'all, they, for real. Most of the aliens that are here wear can cloak to look like us. But guess what? They kind of the Men in Black movies are more accurate than you think. Remember the scene in the Men in Black where they're in the party and they say, oh, those people are from Glamoria. They have purple and green hair. Look at some of these people and they run in packs. You looking at aliens, you seeing real aliens that are cloaked, that look like people. You talk to them, stand by them in concerts, and you just don't realize that you're next to somebody who's not from this planet.
it'll be
An
interesting.
illegal alien.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, illegal aliens. If
An
we don't,
illegal alien.
yes, and if our people, if people in this country, in this world, can't tolerate somebody because they have a different skin color or the different religious belief or they love a different person than you, these aliens are probably thinking, maybe that's why they've waited so long because, what are we going to think of them when they look completely different from us, And the first thing people want to do is go kill them, if something's different.
Yes, and that's why, the reason that disclosure has taken so long is because humans are panicky flesh bags who are so violent and will kill anything. Oh, well, that's different. Oh, that's a pretty little butterfly. Let's kill it and stick it to a piece of wood. We are the only species that does not value the life of another. We kill more living things than anything else. We fish for fun. We harm fish
Or
just
hunt
to catch them and throw
rather
them
than,
back.
yeah. Look at all this big game hunting, like the Trumps and them do. They sit there and they're killing a majestic animal for nothing. For nothing. They're not using them for food. They don't need them for food. They're billionaires. I can hear Sadie scratching at the door. Miss Terrell D said, I was screaming at the TV, don't do it, don't go in there. And my husband was asking what horror movie I was watching. And I said, our wedding video. Oh, that's so funny. Me and my friend Cindy, one time we were watching, I forget what movie it was. We were down in the basement. We were teenagers. And you'd think I was gay because we were like so close together, like hanging on to each other. And we were screamed. My mother come down the steps. Was like, what are you girls doing? It's like, we're watching a scary movie. Well, turn it off if it's going to scare you that bad. Then we were going upstairs and she grabs my bra strap. And I'm like, why you got my bra strap? She goes, you ain't leaving me. And then we had to go to our bedroom and play Grease, the album Grease, all night to try to get our mind off of that. Yes, and somebody said The Exorcist was the only movie that gave me nightmares. That I only watched it once. I will never in my whole life watch it again. To the day I die, that was the scariest movie I ever saw in my whole life.
And I watched it about 100 times, but oh my God, that was the scariest movie. That was, and do you know that almost every person who died after that movie, that was in that movie, died in a way similar to an actor on the movie?
No, I heard that in Poltergeist, they said that movie was cursed because the little girl passed away on a simple surgery. The Native American guy passed away. I think all these different ones passed away that were in that movie. So it makes you wonder, how can that, is that just coincidence, or was there a curse on that?
Well,
Or were they?
when you're messing with the spiritual world, you can open doors that you can't close. That's why the Ouija board is such a bad idea, because you have no idea what you are letting in, and you don't know if, even when you say goodbye properly, if it's going to leave. The spiritual world is a real thing, and we need to respect it. A lot of things have been unleashed in our world because people were playing with the spiritual realm. We've got little kids who are literally calling demons into the realm. Grown people too, but it's something that can be done, and people are doing it thinking, oh, I'm having a good time, look what I can do. And they're literally they're unleashing things onto this plane of existence by opening doorways, opening portals. We talked about CERN last week. Exactly what CERN is doing, opening portals to places they don't know what the hell is there.
The Native Americans, a lot of them also believe in portals, and they are in all different places. They're all over, and they said there was this one cave that there was a portal, and they would throw something in there and it would like disappear, and they were afraid to go in it. So it was going to take a chicken and put the chicken in there and on a rope and see if it came back, but they didn't. Sheila says Omen was scary too. Yeah, it was. And then what was the one with Jack Nicholson, The Shining?
Oh, Shining.
I read that book, you guys. My mom and dad were gone. I was a teenager. I was reading that book in the middle of a thunderstorm. And I was reading that. I had every single light in my house on. My mom and dad come home and they're like, what in the heck? Every light in the house is on. I'm like, I was scared. I was reading this. What are you reading it for? That book, the book was even scarier. And who is this? Said Trini? Said people that were watching it in the theater had things happen to them. I know The Exorcist, my husband watched it and he wanted to go to church afterwards. He was so freaked out. I watched Carrie with my sister. I was a kid. And that last scene where the hand comes up out of the ground, they wanted to walk through the grass. I was walking all the way around. I didn't want to be in that grass. I have a very vivid imagination. And I watched The Exorcist and I prayed for a week. Dear God, please get that out of my head. I will never, ever watch it again. It wasn't special effects. It was just creepy. Really, really creepy. And I was very...
There was a movie called Race with the Devil. It was back probably about 78. And my mom, for some reason, let me and my little brother, both of us were under 10, let us go watch this movie at night. And my mom got us from the movie and dropped us off at home and took off to go somewhere else. And I had to take the house key back to her. My brother hid behind the door. And when I came in, he jump scared me. I screamed, melted to the floor, peed my pants, and then whooped his butt.
That sounds like something my brother would have done. Sheila says, yes, I don't like to watch that movie, Deann, The Shining. It's scary too. I don't like watching scary movies. I used to hate scary movies. We'd go to the drive-in and I would turn my head. They went to go see The Thing and I had the pillow over my head and I refused to look at the whole movie. I was like this most of the time. And my friend tricked me, said we were going to go see Police Academy. And she took me to go see Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh my gosh. I threw my popcorn at the people behind me, screamed, bruised my friend's arm up. That was the scariest movie at the time. But now I watch them during Halloween. Fast Enough, Dark Shadows. Oh, Dark Shadows, the soap opera. Yeah, I didn't never get to see that, but I wish I would have. Yeah, I heard it was scary. Now you laugh at how lame it was. Well, I remember staying up. Do you guys remember staying up watching Creature Feature? I don't know what you guys had. Might had a different name for it, but there was Acre Creature Feature, and it would be like Dracula versus the Wolfman, or the Mummy, or Godzilla versus King Kong. And when we were little kids, we could take a nap, and then Dad and Mom would let us stay up and watch that. And he
We
would sit.
called it. I'm sorry, we called it bad movies on AMC or B movies on AMC. Came on Saturday night late
My dad,
Saturday night.
he'd say, "Go downstairs and get me a beer, Deanny." I'd go down those steps. I'd run so fast because they were the steps that were open, and I just knew. He goes, "Watch out for the werewolf under the steps." I'm like, that was the fastest beer my dad ever got. Down, up, fast as I could be, and then he ate to the scariest part of the movie, and then he would take his beer and slam it down, and us kids would all scream, and he just thought that was hilarious. I didn't, but he did. I guess that's dads. Dads are ornery.
Yeah.
Oh, Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, that was a good one too. Let me see if I can get that one thing back up here real quick. I'm curious if it'll work now. I guess not. I guess we're not meant to. What it was, you guys. Oh, by the way, if you type hashtag manifest, I wanted to give you guys one of you guys a free oil, a free manifest oil. So, and then I'm going to open, but we're going to get ready to go somewhere. Open my presents to me from Otter Spirit. So this place I go to called Otter Spirit, that's where I get all my bracelets from. They have like AA and AAA grade crystals, and they have necklaces and earrings. And so I start getting my stuff from them, and they asked me if I wanted to show you guys. When they sent me stuff, they would give me 20% off and you guys 20% off. So I'm going to show you what I got. So I don't know either. I know I ordered some Scorpio bracelets, because you can order it. I'll show you real quick. See if that'll work real quick. I'm just going to show you really quick if I can. Okay. So Otter Spirit. Okay. So here it is. Can you guys see it? Can you see it, Tanya?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can go by your zodiac sign, which I am a Scorpio. So I hit Scorpio and it gives you all the different ones for Scorpio. And then, or you can go by your intention. So if you're looking for ones having to do with, love, protection, money, confidence. So say I need more confidence. These are different, and they tell you what each one is and what they're for. Or you can shop earrings or necklaces, and then they have an October collection. But I like these to put I have my lava bead bracelets, but you take my oils a lot of times, and I will put them on my bracelets, anoint my bracelets and rings and things like that with them. So I thought it kind of went good. So let's see what I got here. And then you guys put hashtag manifest while I open my present here from Otter Spirit. They donate $1 to everything you order for otters to save them. Okay, so here's what it looks like when I open it. And this one it tells me what I got. It says Sunstone. It says, I take actions every day to achieve my dreams. And this is for confidence, which I need. And it tells what zodiac signs it's good for and what chakra. This is for sacral and solar plexus. And it tells you how to clean it. So it comes in a little bag like this. And it has a picture of a little otter. And let's see what it looks like. Okay, so this is Sunstone. And this one says it is for confidence. And so I need that. So let's get that on me. I don't have enough bracelets, do I? Okay. Tanya's laughing at me because I have so many bracelets.
You're a human miracle.
I got green jade. That one says everything I touch turns into gold. That one's for prosperity. So here's my green jade. That's pretty too. That's a pretty green. So that goes on my prosperity arm. And then the last one I got was, let's see. Open this up. Ooh. I don't have a card on this one. I don't have a card on it. I don't know what this is. I'll have to look, but it's awful pretty. I'll have to look up what they sent me. But this is a
Oh, that
blue.
almost looks like lapis lazuli.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? I got a
It is
card. I don't
pretty.
know. I must have somehow lost. Oh, is this the card? Ah, I got it. It's blue apatite,
Oh,
guys.
blue
It's
appetite.
blue
Okay.
apatite. Isn't that pretty? And that one says, I communicate clearly and confidently. It's for confidence and it's for your third eye and throat chakra to help you communicate better. So
That
since I'm
color
talking
is
on here, that's
crazy.
kind of nice. So anyway, if you guys decide you want to get any of their jewelry, if you get a 20% coupon down in the description box down here. And then I'll show you, you guys are typing manifest, so I'll show you so you know where to go. I'm going to let you pick a free oil, whoever wins this. And the 15th, me and Tanya are going to do free live mini reads for you guys. And when we do that, we're going to be giving away some more things too. So this is my little shop I made. And you can kind of see I've got custom oils. If you want an oil for anything, I'll use the guides and choose different oils for you. And then these are some of the oils that I like. And you can go up here to the top and you can hit shop all. You can get a gift card. It'd be good for Christmas stocking stuffers. You can book an appointment for a reading. But here where it says shop all, see, there's all the different ones you can see. And so abundance, a lot of people like that one. You click on that and it tells you all about it. And then it tells you other ones down here. It's kind of cool. For somebody who didn't know how to start a computer, I did not know how to turn a computer on or off. I'm really proud that I made that site. And so I use these. This is one I made for myself today. I made this one. I have pretty little labels on you guys's, but why waste labels when it's just for me? So this one I made a custom oil for myself with fire quartz crystals. And I use the crystals that match the oils and the herbs for whatever it is that you need. And so I made this one, and there's probably about 5 or 6 different oils in here. And I just ask them what I need, and I make my oils. They tell me how many drops, what oils, how many oils, and I send you all that information. And so you know what crystals, why I use those crystals, and they work, and they're wonderful. And Tanya, she makes all these cute little room sprays. They're actually clearing sprays. This one is called Let It Go. I need that today.
I need some
So
myself.
Let It Go, and they smell really good. And she makes these what are they, sachets, and you
Sachet.
put all different herbs in there, don't you? Tell them about those,
Yes,
just so that.
they're for protection. They're to draw in abundance. If you need a job, if you need help in court, I make them for whatever you need protection or help with. Every one of them is custom made for you. PsychicTanya9@gmail.com. If you would like, I can send you what I make.
Yeah, and they're good.
Yeah.
And they're reasonable, very, very reasonably priced. And they last for a long time. You know, I have mine still. Now it's been a few months and I still have scent to it. And Blue, you said you wanted to get the strawberry oil. That strawberry, oh my God, that strawberry love, that smells so good. It smells like fresh strawberries. It does not smell artificial. These are all natural. And what I love is some of them I have made up ahead, but for things you might need. But if you have something special and you want it individual, it takes me 45 minutes to make those. So anyway, so I put a lot of time, a lot of love and care into those, and they work. Everybody has gotten them, has loved them. I can tell you all kinds of stories, but I won't right now. So let me go. You guys all got your manifest word in there. And the 15th, I'll be giving away a few more, and I'll be giving away some readings. So come and hang out with us, and you get free mini reads at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my giveaway thing. And you guys, if you haven't put hashtag manifest, you got to be in the USA, because unfortunately I can't ship them here. I mean, into other countries yet. Okay, so I'm going to start clicking hashtag manifest. I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And I'm going to hit draw. Kay Muldoon. Okay, you won one. So you got Kay. You can call me on my down in the description box. I've got my text. My business number, my text. And so just go down there, and I can give it to you too if you want it on here, so you could always read it back. It's my Manifest Shop business phone, and it is 1-833-277-8105. But it's down in the description box, or email me at deannshieldmaidentarot@gmail.com. And you go on the site and you pick whatever you want that I have in stock, and I will I'll send it to you. So yay, Kay, I'm glad you got it. You didn't mean to put this well, anyway, so next week, are we going to be doing a show next week, Tanya? What's next week?
No, next week, no, we won't have a show next Friday.
Okay, Tanya's going to be out of town, so we're not going to do a show on Friday, but we will be on the 15th, and we're going to be doing personal mini reads and having getaways. It's a celebration for me getting to 6,000. And my friend Tanya, I'm so proud of her. She just got to 5,000 something. She's amazing. When I saw her the first time, I thought, I got to know this woman. She really is a good reader. She's a great person. I love the stuff she makes. So if you can go to her channel, hit the like and subscribe, support her. And I'm working up to 7,000. So we'll have another party when we get to there. So just hit the like and subscribe, and notifications if you want to. That means if we do a show, you know when we do it. So, and go in the comments and tell us, what other mysteries would you like us to do? We've got a bunch of ideas, but we'd like to hear from you. What would you like to have us do a mystery on? And we'll look it up and learn about it. And we learn together, which I love, So congratulations. Yes. And congratulations, Tanya, on hitting 5K. I'm so proud of her. She is so good. She deserves every single one of them. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm going to go and get my little thing here to sign off. Okay, here we go.
Hold on.
Oh,
we're going to pray for Linda G.
Oh, yes, thank you. I almost forgot. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, and we're going to play for E. Cruz too. E. Cruz in the chat has just had let me find this. E. Cruz says, let me find it. Pray for my family, broken leg, lost job, my man of 50 years, feel lost, pass on, need help. So we need to pray for E. Cruz. All right. So for everybody who would like to stay for the prayer, please make it your intention right now to share your energy, your love, your healing with Linda G, E. Cruz, and everybody in the whole world in the chat and listening. Blessings. So here we go. Universe creator, spirit guides, please look upon our sister Linda G. Heal her body from this COVID that she has been suffering from. Give her her strength back. Give her her stamina back. Universe, please look on our fellow person, E. Cruz. Ease their suffering. Oh, the hardships that they are going through. Heal their body. Help their financial situation. Help them all the way around. Give them blessings, everything that they need. So be it. So mote it be. We give all our thanks. Namaste.
Amen. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And yes, Linda, if you're watching this, we love you. We hope you get better soon. And she will be coming on with Paranormal Night with us because she likes the supernatural talk too. So we'll be having her on very soon when she gets to feeling better. So you take care, Linda, and everybody in the chat. Thank you for supporting me and for Tanya and for hanging out with us while we talk mysteries. It's just a lot of fun. So, all right. Thank you. Oh, but did you have anything else you needed to say, Tanya, before I say goodbye? Okay. All right, goodbye, everybody. Thank you.